Hey, Spiritual Chuck here. I'm sitting in the light, but it's dark. I saw a double rainbow today, all the way from end to end. It was pretty cool. I took a picture of it, but I didn't video it because I wasn't ready to make a video yet. Uh, man, today was a trip. I, I, uh, I took off walking, and I probably walked 10 miles. And anyway, I went down this one highway, and I was 7 miles into it, and I actually knew that because I talked to a highway guy that was working on the side of the highway. And I crossed the highway to talk to him, and we sat there and I talked to him for quite a while. And he was very agreeable. He wasn't asking a lot of questions. He was just more agreeable than anything. And he was a nice guy, nice fella. And I told him a lot of things really quick, and like I do. And anyway, because my name is Chuck Curry and my tongue flickers. But anyway, while I was talking to this guy, and I was just about done talking to him, right? We see this guy on the other side of the highway. And first he was on the shoulder on the right side of the highway, and then he moves over into the center part, which actually turned out to be a turning lane to the left. If you're going down a highway in America, it's all. And this guy jumps out of his car, and apparently he's got a flat tire. And he's proceeding to change his tire as I'm talking to this highway guy. He pulls his spare out and stuff like that. But he's got like a cast, almost a big bandage on his right arm. And I'm like, man, that guy's gonna change his tire. And he's got a bad arm. And the highway guy I was talking to, he's like, yeah, man, maybe you could go help him and get a ride. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I could, because I was a little bit tired of walking, and the rain was coming. So I was fixing to get soaking wet again. And I thought, man, I'm going to run over there. So I did. I said bye to the highway guy and gave him my YouTube channel. And then I run over there, and sure enough, this guy, shout out to Gunner. This guy's name was Gunner. And he turned out to be a really nice guy. I turned him on to the channel and talked to him some about plasma. I got a chance to talk to him about it. And he was going to go get diagnosed for his arm tomorrow. And I turned him on to J.W. Armstrong, The Water of Life, and it's an free audio book on YouTube. I said, you might want to check him out before you go through any serious procedures, because you may be able to heal yourself in a way that you never thought, following J.W. Armstrong's advice. I would recommend that book to everybody in the world. You got me? Everybody. So, anyway, it's a free audio book on YouTube, man. Come on. The Water of Life, Treatise on Urine Therapy by J.W. Armstrong. Anyway, that's going to get a lot of hits. Right. Not from my channel. Anyway, so it works out. Just incredible. The synchronicities are, I help him change his tire, and he brings me to a grocery store, and I meet this crazy guy. He's over here drinking, and I knew better to get into it with anybody that's drinking too far, and I went too far with this guy, and then he wound up getting mad at me, and because I'm so hardcore. And anybody that's artificially inspired, I get a little bit hardcore with them on my own path, and I don't tolerate a lot of, and I should probably tolerate more of that. And I apologize to this guy. I'm sorry. And his name was, he was from Dallas. He was born in Dallas just like I was. He's got little similar story to me. Yeah, I'm trying to think of his name right now. But anyway, God bless you, brother. I'm sorry I pissed you off. I'm sorry you got upset, and I'm sorry that we couldn't have any further discussion about some things that were really important. I feel like they're really important. But anyway, and so I got up and I was leaving, and I'm like ready to walk back down the road that I just came from, because I had some other, I had an opportunity to talk to some people on this path that I was on. And so I just, rather than go there because it was too far, I called them. And I just didn't get a good satisfactory result from that conversation. So I decided that I was going to go back the way that I came. And talked to a guy in the parking lot at the pharmacy, right? And asked him for directions because I forgot which way I needed to go back. And wound up talking to him, and I told him my story, and he whipped his wallet out and gave me some money. And so I went back over here to the grocery store and I got some grub to put in my backpack to take along the way on the way back. So everything is, copacetic. And I got some cold coffee that I don't have to worry about buying coffee. Coffee. I got to get off the coffee and the cigarettes. And I know how to do it. I just need to go into the dark for a while. I need to go through the waters, the distilled water, and then I need to go through my water in the dark. It's a real simple process, But I was listening to one of my tarot card ladies, and she was, she always has to give this disclaimer, And I want to give a disclaimer on my videos too, that, I'm talking about an exodus, I'm talking about an enlightenment, in 7 days. I'm talking about some pretty heavy duty stuff. And it's on the individual, So I'm not claiming that you're going to, if you make your exodus and then your family blames it on me, right? Like I'm really worried about it, but it's like, that's what could happen. That's how ridiculous this world is. So I'm not responsible, okay? You do what you want to do. I'm just making suggestions. This is all for entertainment purposes and whatever, okay? How about that? You guys happy with that, all you lawyers out there? Anyway. Crazy world we live in. It really is crazy. So anyway, I'm packed up. It's nighttime, so I got to go find another place to park. And it looks like it's finally stopped raining. So I'm going to walk down the highway in the middle of the night again. Find somewhere to camp out. But it's all okay. It's good. I'm walking in the light and the truth and the way, So and thank God for Ashley and some of these other ladies that have really helped me stay in the spirit, because it's tough out here. It really is tough. And these girls are just so positive, and they're so full of love, and so, what a blessing. I've got angels, and they're on YouTube for real. For real. And they have inspired me and healed me and helped me and loved me. And I just want to thank them all. and I try and comment back on all their readings, and I never thought that I would ever consider tarot reports, or I've looked into astrology, and I believe that they really do tell us the color of our spots. They really do. And that but the tarot even goes farther than that. It's just full of synchronicities, just like this path that I'm on every day. It's like the synchronicities in my life, in my physical life, walking down the highway, okay, are no less or no more than the tarot card readings that I'm receiving. It's crazy. And I call it plasma consciousness. I call it universal consciousness, and it's manifesting in my life. And it's like I really only want it to manifest in a more, I don't know, visual way through the ethereal realm. But I mean, and then maybe ultimately to make, you know, some kind of plasma exodus, you know, as Dan Winter talks about. I don't hear Dan Winter making any disclaimers about, or having to make any disclaimers, because he lives in Portugal, you know. I mean, how many lawyers are going to go over there and prosecute old Dan for telling everybody, hey man, you need to get out of here with your plasma consciousness intact, and you need to do it undetected. So I mean, same thing that the Essenes talked about in the Dead Sea Scrolls. So these are some of the places and the information that I gathered. And I tell you what, it's not necessarily justifiable to anybody that doesn't have some kind of, I don't know, sensitivity towards these kinds of things, or these kinds of no things. I looked at the clock, it's 12:29. It's already longer video than I wanted it to be. So an hour and a half to download. The guys are getting the baskets together over here, because they're getting ready to go too. You want to see where I'm sitting? Look. Well. Hey, good man. How are you? Pretty good. All right. See, he's ready to go. Poor guy. Been busting his ass all day. And here I am. And all the way back around to me. Anyway, man, it's tough to stay in the love and the light sometimes. This whole world scares the shit out of you. And more. You know, it bring you down. There's a lot of people that are just not looking at anything but what's right in front of them. I did the same thing all my life. I got to make another video, and I'm going to do that right now. Talk to you later. Love you. Peace, love, and light. Spiritual Chuck out. Out of town.